welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. I'm your creator of fun, whimsy, and the occasional crafting chaos, Heather, if you didn't know already. Today I have for you, in the spirit of the season, the Halloween spooky season. For those of you that celebrate Samhain, celebrate All Hallows Eve, or just celebrate plain old trick-or-treating. Or, as I usually tell my kid, mooching for candy. Anywho, I have a WIP and chat for you today that is one of my Halloween paintings that I got from Michael's. It is actually, I did a short not too long ago, just preview of how it looks, because it was one of the mystery one of the mystery canvases from Michael's. I did a little bit of research, and I believe there's 4. I've seen what looks like dead flowers that were hauled in a couple of people's Michael's hauls for their mystery canvas. Like I said, dead flowers. I think there was pumpkins, just regular pumpkins. The canvas that I have, there might be, I don't know, there might have been 5. My mistake. There might have been 5, but I think maybe the pumpkin one. See, I'm kind of confused on the pumpkin one that was shown. One was shown as just regular pumpkins in a barn, and then there was pumpkins in like a graveyard setting with like a crow on top of one of the tombstone looking things. I'm not sure which one of those was one of the mystery canvases. I want to say it was the one with the crow, but it might have been the one with just the pumpkins. Not sure. But I'm kind of steering towards the one that was kind of spooky with the crow. That was one of the mystery canvases. I do definitely know the dead looking flowers. Gothic kind of looking flowers was one of them. Like I said, the one that I have, that I'm currently doing. And then Mind the Flowers. And like I said, I think it was the graveyard pumpkins that was one of them too. Then someone said, but I haven't seen anybody haul it or show it, that there was supposed to be another macabre looking skeletons to go with this set, because mine's the one that I got, the mystery one that I got, and you will see it's a portrait of a skeleton that kind of looks like he's in Victorian clothes. So it's not like bloody gory, but it is a little bit macabre, like something you find. Which is this will tie in why I used the Addams Family in my short that I did while I was diamond painting. I would think this would be a picture that you would find in like the Addams Family's house of one of Gomez's or Morticia's family, because it just seems like this type of decor that they would have just up on the wall. So if you give me a minute, I will get myself completely ready here and kill the music, and we'll just get chit-chatting. Okay, so here's what the canvas looks like thus far. I just have these 2 panels here, excuse me, to complete. They probably would have already been completed by now, but there's a lot going on with my family. My husband and I this week are going to look at our potential new 2-bedroom apartment. Kind of excited about that, but I don't want to get too overly excited, because when I do get overly excited about things, they tend to not pan out as well as I had planned. So we shall see how that works out. We're still continuing to pack. At least I am. My husband and daughter, of course, are slow moving. You know, when they say, "Hey, I married the movie, Hey, I Married an Axe Murderer." Mine is, "Hey, I married a sluggerous now." So, anyways, back to this canvas. Why I was saying that I believe this is the second of the mystery canvases from Michaels. And my theory and my assumptions on this are because I've seen people that have hauled customized canvases, and like this would actually be like this. Like when I looked at my my receipt, this beginning part is like the scoop. Of course, I'm gonna sound stupid, anyways, but I'm gonna probably sound dumb. But for those of you that know, when you get a custom picture, they usually all have like the actual SKU number and then 2 or 1 or whatever it is of the custom canvases you get. So I was kind of just doing a deduction that since all of the mystery canvases start with that number there, I don't know if with this, the way that my, hold on, let me turn this off for a second so you can see a little bit better. But how most of them just start with like, the mystery canvases start with this number here. And they're all the same number. Except the only thing that's different is the 1, the 2, or whatever. Like, I've seen hauls where they've hauled the one that I call the dead flowers. Oh yeah, I got my little green. I got my, finally got on my light pad so I don't shut it off all the time while I'm using it. That was an Amazon notice. Anywho, that's close to me. But so I used like my deduction on it that this was actually the second in the series because the as I call them, the dead flowers, the dead looking dried up flowers, they have that number and 1. So I'm thinking they're the first in the series. This is the second, and I forget what, I think the one that's the graveyard's the 4th. But I'd have to go back and double check Katie's YouTube page. If you don't know Katie from Diamonds and Washi, I would have to actually check her page because she hauled the one that had the pumpkins. And like both the ones that have the pumpkins. Like I said, that's why I was confused on whether or not which one was the mystery one and which one was not. Because like I said, she hauled them both. And that was like, well, that was like the mystery canvas that she got. Since, as you know, when you get the mystery canvas from Michaels, the box looks just like this. So, anyway, hope y'all, I don't know if I said this already, but I hope y'all are doing good out there. I hope I haven't scared you off or bored you to death with just, you know, talking about the mystery canvas and things like that. Things have been going well at my job. I don't know, I'm working decent hours, but I'm a homebody. I'd rather actually be home than working, but, you know, gotta help the family and all that. Hubby's been sick. Kiddo's been sick for a little bit. I've had something in my eye for the past 2-3 days. I think it's resolved itself. I hope. Or I'm gonna be the one-eyed aide at work tomorrow. Because my eye bothered me. I don't know. I don't know what all to talk about, but like I said, there's that. My car might eventually get all the repairs done to it. Hopefully in time to move. Or hopefully by the end of the month, hopefully we can move. But I hope it gets done in time for the next craft fair that the next craft show that I'm doing, which I will be back in Jeanette on November the 1st for their fall craft show. And then come December the 6th, which is also my husband's birthday, I will be back at Kecksburg Fire Hall, and I will be doing their Christmas winter event. So I'm kind of excited. I mean, granted, right now everything's all packed up in boxes and such, but at least the stuff is made for presentation. I just have to go through the stuff before I mean, it's packed, like I said. I'll just have to go through the things and just double check, make sure that, you know, none of the glue is loosened. Pretty much. And then just basically go through and decide which stuff I'm going to have for a Chinese auction gift. And you know, basically which items I feel are good enough to I mean, not like they're all not good enough, but I only have so much of a space in both venues in order to you know, I'm just checking those of you that do craft shows and things like that, just, you know, making sure that I don't take too much, or make sure that I take enough for the room that I'm allotted, or I should say space room. Yeah, I guess it sounded right. That I'm allotted for my items. Not sure. I know I have some diamond painting things to. I mean, they're not the big canvases or anything, but they're like little off-campus items. Like I have some coasters, some fall coasters, and some coasters that I've made into. Come on, words, come to me. That I've made into ornaments wall hangings, instead of like coasters, which they were kind of easy to make into ornaments because I just got some jute string. Some have jute string on them, some have the baker's twine that you can get like the dollar store, Dollar Tree, whatever, that I used to make hangers. I added some beads to it, make it look a little festive. Like some of the beads have, like, say autumn beads on them that are painted, that have like little leaves. I have some turkeys and stuff that I think they say Thanksgiving or something, or they might be the ones that I put autumn on. Just some cutesy fun stuff, I think. You know, I enjoy crafting. If I can get a job where I could craft all day, be it diamond painting, be it making fairy gardens, I'd be Gucci. I mean, I would be I don't know. I would say in love, but like That sounds weird. I'm trying to think if there's been any kind of new oh yeah, there is some new shows coming out too that I can't wait for. I think it's this week, or maybe it's already out with them, but I know Ghosts come out. The Ghosts come out. Fire Country comes out, the new season, which I can't wait because they always leave it on a cliffhanger, and it's like, I've got to wait to see the end of it, and I'm like, oh. And I was cussing out last season's episode of Fire Country because I'm like, what? Like, no, you cannot do this to me. There's got to be another show before you decide to end the season. Nope, I was wrong. I'm like, come on. It's like, you can't leave me hanging like that. Like, not with my dude Bodie, man. I mean, like, okay, my husband's handsome, but the guy that plays Bodie on that show, he's nice. Granted, he probably wouldn't, and like, if there was a possibility of someone like that, if I wasn't married, taking a second glance at me, probably would not happen, but a girl can dream. But, like I said, my husband's handsome. There's no doubt about that, but, you know, a girl can dream. Just making sure. See some G's, okay. I was just making sure I got all the G's, but I did not. I don't know if I mentioned that this particular canvas is a 46 colors. And when your eyes are tired, well, even when my eyes aren't tired, I have somewhat of a hard time going and finding some of the letters. Because there's only, like, there's a few, like, you can see in here that are red. Most of the most, if not all, of the color symbols are black. And my eye is not as attracted to the black lettering, colorations of the letter symbols that are in the black. I don't go straight for them. It's like in some spots I have to kind of, because my eyes are like distracted, I guess. And I have to kind of like, it's like I'm playing a seek and find. And now I know some of the other people that I've watched, like, I watch the ladies on, oh, I'm gonna mess it up, I know it, but the Bewitched Cat, I think it is, with Cat and her mom, but she always says she's playing seek and find. It's like, I feel like I'm like doing a word search trying to find the correct symbol and number and stuff. And it's been like that with this one. I guess because it's a larger canvas than I've done lately. Like, this one is a 40 by 50. Now, I did for my mom, and I didn't check this out to see if this is a true 40 by 50. But for my mom, I did a unicorn for her that I think was like 40 by 60. Man, that took a while. And like, so I can't really say that this is, excuse me, the largest canvas that I've done. It's just, this is rather a nice, I mean, okay, my mom's wasn't, the one that I did for my mom's was not nice. I mean, it was budget friendly. This one, I don't know. I've gotten not mixed messages, but mixed reviews on whether Make Market is like a budget friendly or premium canvas, because I know they do use artists for their canvases. But my question with that is, okay, like on Temu now, Temu and AliExpress, well, AliExpress is still a little bit more inexpensive on certain ones of their canvases. I mean, I remember back in the day they were really, really cheap, but because of all this import-export crap that's going on and has gone on with tariffs and that, they're not like they used to be. You know, some of your bonuses and that aren't there with free canvases and stuff like that. I mean, I haven't don't get me wrong, I have not purchased from Temu since, like, I think last year sometime, before the whole entire tariff stuff hit. It's like either last year, beginning of this year. But like I said, I haven't, I know it was before 4th of July. So, it's before 4th of July this year. So, sometime before that time. But, to me, because I was hearing about people not getting their things and having to wait for forever, I didn't have that kind of time, let's put it that way, with me ordering things for craft shows and things such as that. Yeah, I did not have the time to wait or waste. Okay, I know there's H's in here, I see them. Aha, found them. But, so I haven't really ordered from them. I ordered some craft stuff from AliExpress. I think that's the last place that I ordered from. And now, since we'll be in the process of moving, yeah, here comes positive Heather. I won't be ordering until we do get into our next place. Or, you know, because my husband has a good feeling that we will get in and we will get this new apartment, this bigger apartment for us. So, like I said, I'm not, because I would hate to be like, I'm sorry, I need to cancel my order because I'm moving. And I don't know really, I wouldn't know really what kind of hassle they would give me if I'd call their customer service and say, hey, I didn't get my stuff yet, but I'm in the process of moving. Like, I'm just trying to be proactive in that effect and not have to bother with having to inconvenience somebody and tell them I moved and me not be able to get my stuff, or I just don't need that drama. So I'm just being smart, and if I can't get an order or something in a couple of days, which would only leave my options for a craft order or something like that from like Amazon, since my husband and I have Amazon Prime. So I would just wait and like order from them, even though they're a little bit more expensive than I'd like to pay. Not to say that I'm cheap. I mean, I waited for these to be on I think they were like 30% off, 50% off when I got them. And now they're like, I'm kicking myself in the head because I could have got them $3-4 cheaper, because they're more on a budget right now. They're more budget friendly, I should say. And for the quality, I'd be like, yes, snagging them up. But I'm just waiting. That's like I'm just waiting for. I want to actually get a large style haul. So keep an eye out for it. You'll know when we're in our new place or when I decide to go and stop at Michael's. Although my husband says I really shouldn't stop at Michael's right now because he really doesn't want to be packing up all kinds of canvases and such for us to go to the new place. So I may or may not. Who knows? I might just go and I might just bite my tongue and like not do it and then just wait and then order it online, because sometimes though when you order through Michael's site, like I said, you get it cheaper online because they run deals. And I'm like, woo, there was some, I forget even what it was I ordered one time. It was one price in the store, and like I said, online they were doing like, had a specific coupon, a specific voucher code or something to that effect. So you not only got the percentage off that was in store, you got an additional percentage on top of it, if I remember correctly. And I was like, woohoo, I won out. And I believe that was for when I was purchasing some miniatures for my fairy gardens. It's like fall miniatures. But yeah, I am excited to move. I'm not excited to do the actual moving, but I guess in a way I'm kind of like a girly girl, or a normal girl. I don't know what to call it, but I might have the wrong words, but I just can't wait to get into our new place and do the decorating. That's my thing. I like to decorate. I blame like decorating and crafting. I blame on the Crystal Show and Aliens Crafting, because when I was when I was younger, a young teenager, preteen, and I forget if it was like we had just gotten, I think it was a Prime Star dish, because it wasn't with our regular cable company, because we hadn't gotten a regular cable company in. Like, they told us it was only going so far. Like, heck, this was like mid 80s, like mid to late 80s. And I grew up in the country. Like I say, I'm a country bumpkin, little hick. Little country bumpkin hick from Pennsylvania, you know. I'm a little ridge runner. So they didn't bring cable up so far. Like, it stopped at the main street. And I started, like I said, I started watching the craft shows. I watched Aliens Craft Show. Granted, most of the time she was pushing her products, but I forget if it was on TLC or if it was on Discovery Channel. I watched it faithfully, and it was either Christopher Law was either before or after her show. And what he wasn't home decorating, what I wasn't picking up from him home decorating, I was picking up different crafting stuff from Aliens. I actually, at one point in time, I think it was maybe 16, I bought, it was an Aliens craft book. And like, she would talk about it on her show, but like, with my first actual real paycheck that I had at my first job when I was 16, I was so stoked. I could go and I was like, I can buy this. I don't have to ask nobody for money. This is my money. The only thing I had to ask my mom for, like, because I had I had a savings account, I do believe, at the time. I didn't have a checking account with it because my mom didn't trust me to not overdraft my account. So, like, my first job paid me in cash. And then my mom would take me to the bank, of course, and to deposit so much cash and stuff into my savings. It was a passbook savings that I started out with. And the only thing I really had to do was ask my mom, like, if I wanted something like mail order or something, Mom, can I have a check? Because my mom didn't trust, still doesn't trust. And I'm kind of the same way. When you're sending into companies for stuff, I don't trust the money orders, because they can say, hey, I never got your money order. And even if you have that slip, they'll sit down and argue with you. Like, I've seen it happen. So, like I said, I don't really trust money orders. So, I would go to my mom and I asked her for, like, here, Mom, here's the money equivalent. Could you please write me out a check? And she did. And I got my first, I mean, it was a big binder. And, like, every week or so, they would go and say if you were interested in this project that they did, they'd tell you what card or what series, and then they go and you would like either call the number or go and get Aliens magazine, and it would have it in it, and you would just order, or they'd automatically, like the old I don't know, maybe they still have that too, where you can go and order CDs and, well, before it was cassette tapes and CDs, but like how you can order through the mail, like the DVDs. I don't know, maybe they don't do the CDs and DVDs anymore, but like through those online companies where you, like, what was it? I can't even think. Columbia House or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but you could order stuff through them, like 5 for 5 deal or whatever, once a month, and then they tell you, oh, what's the new CD or DVD or whatever special that month, and you'd have a certain time to say yes or no to ordering it, or they just up and send you it. Well, with Aliens, they would just send, if I remember correctly, they would send you a thing to get the next insert for your craft binder. And I thought that was like the neatest thing. Like, I was just so happy, so stoked, and I'd be there having my mom take me to, and I think it was even before Michael's might have just started around our area. But I remember my mom taking me to this place called Lee Ward's, and I get all my crafty stuff to go and make my little projects and such. And then when Lee Ward's and that moved out of the area, my mom turned me on to doing ceramics, and then I go to local ceramic shops and pick up my paints and stuff. But yeah, like, I've always been crafty. I've always liked crafts and such, so. And my mom's has always supported it. She supports my little business that I have going on, like, and now she's retired, and it's annoying. I mean, I love my mom. Like, my mom's will be going just like, what is it? Not tomorrow, but Tuesday. She goes to the doctor's, so she can find out about having surgery on her hand. She has bilateral carpal tunnels, but her right hand's worse than her left. So that's the first hand that they're gonna do, because I guess she goes, her whole hand and arm and stuff goes numb the whole way up to her shoulder. So they said it was really bad. So she has to go for that. Like the consult. I guess she said it was a consultation. I thought it was the actual surgery. But no, it's the consultation. So we shall see how that goes for her. And so she's nervous about that. But she's also paying the butt about, I need to know when all your craft shows are because she wanted to be there. Like at the UFO Festival, she was there practically all three. I don't think it was, well, yeah, she was there 3 days. 2 of the last days she was there more than she was the first. The first she came down and, because I borrowed her little, she has one of those little squares. And I borrowed that from her. And she dropped it off before her and my stepdad went to dinner. But yeah, and she's like, "Well, I need to give that to you." And I'm thinking, "Well, Mom, I can get my own." Like, it's like I have no problem going to Walmart or Best Buy or something and picking it up. It's just at that point in time, we forgot to pick one up. So it saved us like 10 or 12 bucks using my mom's that she uses for the shelter that she volunteers for when they do their events for fundraising. So I was kind of grateful that she let me use that. So we shall see what's going on with her. Like, my mind's kind of on that. I'm kind of feeling a little heavy-hearted this week too. Tuesday, the same day that my mom goes for her evaluation of her hand, or I don't know. I guess it's like, I don't know what it, like, she was already evaluated. It was determined that she does have the carpal tunnels, but she has to, I guess, get evaluated for, I guess, the type of potential, like the type of procedure she's going to go under. Because my mother has other pre-existing medical problems like diabetes. She has like a blood clotting disorder that she got after she had COVID. So they have to evaluate all that. So not only am I heavy-hearted about that and what's going to go on, Tuesday is actually, would be the birthday of my first ferret that I had, Luna. She would be 7 on Tuesday. She passed away when she was 6. Basically of old age. I mean, she might have had, or been starting to get, like, insulinoma or adrenal disease. But honestly, in my heart of hearts, I was not, I let her pass gracefully. You know, I hand fed her till the end. I mean, yeah, I've watched and read up. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have immediately taken her to a vet. But in my opinion, and with what I was feeling, how connected I am to her, I'm pretty much as connected to her as I am with Leah. Basically, she knew what I knew, if that makes sense. She was my first emotional support pet. And then we got Allie, and then Allie became my husband's emotional support pet, plus my additional emotional support pet. And now Leah is going to be certified soon as my new emotional support pet. Yeah, granted, we've had her for how many months? And next month will be her year birthday. But I'm just, like I said, I'm very connected. But as I'm going off topic, sort of. But with Luna, I mean, I knew she was tired. She didn't really at first show any signs of sickness. Just, she was getting slower. She was old age. She wanted to cuddle more, which was fine. She started doing like some WIP breathing and rapid breathing and such for the 3-4 days that I basically was up with her the whole time. And like I made sure I fed, I watered her around the clock. I mean, it was almost like she was a furry plant. Just to make light of it, because very, I don't know, very traumatic with her. I mean, she was a pet I did not want. Or I should say, I didn't really realize I wanted until I had her. My ex, who's a jerk in jail, was a jerk out of jail, decided that we needed a ferret. Well, he said he wanted a ferret. So basically, he's like, well, I'm gonna get a ferret for you. Because, I mean, I don't know if it was so much he wanted it, but he felt that I needed it. We went through some crap. It's hard for me to talk about, but early in our relationship, I didn't think that I was almost 40 years old. I didn't think that I was going to be able to have a child, let alone get pregnant with 2. Basically, Luna was kind of a replacement. Replacement for the fact that I lost twins. I mean, granted, it took 2 years after the fact, because the jackass went to jail, but that was what he felt I needed, so he spent my money on her. At first, with her, I was very resentful, because we could have used that money for other things other than a $400 and some ferret. With her stuff, it was like extra mouths to feed, yada yada. But being that there was that bond with her, I don't know. It's just gonna be hard. Just very hard. Well, let's see, anywhere else. Well, before this video is too long, and I'd have to do part 2 or whatever, but I'm gonna just go and finish the rest of this up. Do a completion video before this video becomes too much of a Debbie Downer. And like I said, I'll catch back with you guys with a completion video with this. Give me a minute. And so my little babies wanted to say hi. I just want to let you guys know, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like the video and I didn't bore you to death. Where are you going, Lily? And don't forget, if you like my channel, please subscribe. Also, click on that little bell icon down below. It will let you know if I post any new content. You can receive notifications about it. And also, shares and comments are appreciated here at Notorious Whimsical Creations. Just to let us know how we're doing. We meaning me. Or the girls. They just haven't learned how to open email yet. Have you, boo-boo? Where are you going, Lily? Also, your comments and shares let us know. Well, more your comments let us know how we're doing. How we can improve, more or less. What? You have something to say, Miss Allie? Really? Really? Yeah, your sissy's being bad. My little baby. Yep, this is Leah. If everybody doesn't know, she's gonna be 1 next month. And this little one is going to be 4 in December. On my husband's birthday. They share a birthday. They're birthday twinning. So, get out of my animal crackers, you crackhead. You're so bad. Well, before the terrorists attack more, final thought of the evening, morning, afternoon, night. In a world full, in a world full of ferrets, here we go. Now, with a world full of unpleasantness, try keeping your life filled with fun. And get out of my animal crackers. You're a gluten-free kid. Leela, stop. Again, with a world full of unpleasantness, try keeping your life filled with fun and things that make you happy, and sparkle them with a side of whimsy. Till next time, YouTube land.